I told you there was a really good chance I'd be back with more of the same this week, and you even get me in the same place and in the same clothes. Just continuing the thought. So, as I told you, as a staff, we wrestled with Brian McLaren's statement about choosing reconciliation over resentment or retaliation. And I am also reminded of our tendency to misuse Jesus's recommendation that we turn the other cheek. That's often a phrase taken out of scripture that encourages people to be abused, be oppressed, be held down by powers that seek to do that to them. When in fact, one interpretation of that scripture is actually a much more politically evocative one. As Jesus was often doing, he was speaking in ways, in code, that helped the oppressed to find power in the midst of the Roman Empire. If someone struck you, they weren't going to strike you with their left hand, because the left hand in Roman culture was reserved for very specific things, not for eating and not for touching human beings. And so someone was going to strike you, they had to strike you with their right hand across your left cheek. And so there were also prohibitions against striking with the back of your hand. And so if someone was going to turn their other cheek after you had struck them once across the left cheek, they would turn their right cheek to you and force you to strike them with your left hand, thereby breaking societal convention. And so it is suggested that an interpretation of Jesus's recommendation that we turn the other cheek is actually to force the oppressor into having to choose poorly, choose wrong things, choose unsavory behaviors, having to make that moral choice themselves. I know that that is a complicated read, but Jesus was a complicated fella, huh? Something to think about today. I'll try to dig up some references that help us with this one. Be well.